Welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man Star Force. In the last episode, we took the trials to get the Star Force in the first place. And in today's episode, we're going to school. We've finally decided, 3 chapters in, that we're finally going to start socializing like a normal human being. But then again, I think one of the things about this game is that Gio's depression kind of feels realistic upon an evaluation of it. I never thought that Gio was particularly super whiny or anything like that, but I know he got a lot of a bad reputation when this game first came out, because unlike Lan, who's an outgoing, bubbly personality, Gio is a lot more reserved, but I think he also has reason to be reserved, and in the years since, a lot of people have gone back to kind of reanalyze and see what's going on. Alright, you've still got all those chips, but I actually want to buy 2 more Recover 80s. Because we're getting into stronger and stronger enemies, and having 30 recovery, well not bad. It is better to have a stronger amount of recovery overall. So how many can I have? Yeah, can't have more than 3 the same standard card. But what I could do is remove one of the Recover 30s and exchange that for... You know what might be good? Starting to actually use Mega cards. So, how about we start using Taurus Fire then? Granted, my elementals in this game are a lot of fire and water at the moment. But that's fine by me. I see you're going to listen to me. That's good. Attendance will be important. Now, welcome back to school, Gio. You'd better appreciate my kindness. Now, before you go to our classroom, you should say good morning to our teacher. He's always in front of the teacher's room. Alright, fair enough. And there he is. Oh, Gio! Your mother told us you were coming back. I had really hoped you would. So I hope you'll find school fun. Well, class is going to start soon. Your class is 5A on the 2nd floor. We never had, in our elementary school that I went to, we never had, classes 1A, 2A, etc., etc. You had, individual teachers, of course, but it wasn't set up like the Japanese school system tends to be, which makes sense since it's not we're not in Japan, we're in Maryland, which is a little bit far from Japan, just a little bit. It's a little bit of a walk. Wonder what my classmates are like. I really hope they aren't all like the Prez. I'm so nervous. How did you get here before us? Now, I have some good news for you kids. I'd like you all to meet your new classmate. Come on in. This is Gio Stellar. He's coming back to school starting today. I hope you all will make him feel welcome. Well, Gio, why don't you say hi? Hi, I'm Gio Stellar. Nice to meet everyone. Respectful applause! Everyone's happy. Yeah. Mr. Shephar? Yes, Luna? I have some news for everyone, too. Gio is going to play a part in our play for the school event. Yes, that part. Whisper, whisper. Murmur, mumble. Whisper, vesper. That part? You really think... Is the part I'm playing really that important? Alright, now settle down. You can all talk about the play during afternoon practice. Right now, we've got to find Gio a seat. Well, that's a convenient seat right there. Why don't you go sit at that empty desk? Yes, sir. Hey, Geo. Oh, hey, Pat. I'm glad to see you again. Yeah, same here. You ever notice that our voices sound alike? Now then. Let's start first period. Mr. Shepard, please tell us an interesting story first. Bud, didn't I just spend a whole day telling you kids stories yesterday? Scary ones at that. But Geo's here today, so I guess I can make an exception. Alright, close your books, everyone. Yay! Yes! Huh? Close our books? Mr. Shepard's classes are different. We hardly ever use our books, and instead he tells us interesting stories. Wow. Mr. Shepard likes to say it's not good for kids to grow up only knowing how to study. Okay, I'll tell you a story about brother bands. You all know what a brother band is, right? Or in other words, no matter how advanced we get, we must never forget the importance of relationships. And that's the hope the brother band represents. Ah, good timing. Well, that's the end of my story. Now go have some fun on your break. So this is what a class is like. Interesting stuff. If I'd known it was this much fun, I'd have dragged you here earlier. I never thought you'd find it interesting. Oh yeah. Guess I should say hi to all my classmates. Guess I should hey-side all my classmates. Hey. Do you know about the study wave? They're going to introduce it at our school soon. It seems that by just switching it on, its waves can help people study better. Alright. Registered with Pegasus. What about you, Geo? I'm also registered with Pegasus. Hi, Geo. I hope we can be friends. You don't have a nose. No, you do have a nose. It's just a weirdly shaped nose. I always play dodgeball at recess. How about it, Geo? Want to be on my team? So of course you gotta just talk to all the NPCs. The curriculum's going through a transformation. A reformation. We just have to follow the principle. What's a reformation? Mr. Shepard's classes are different and they're really popular among the students. No, you're not the teacher's podium, you're Luna Platts. Finally, everyone is here. Take this great gift for coming to school. Is it a Smash Brothers invitation? From me, the president of this class. And we got the Luna folder. Try to make friends with everyone soon. Alright, well you just gave us a new folder, which will hopefully introduce to us a bunch of new battleships. So, you might have noticed the extra folder here, the typical Battle Network style extra folder that you can't change, but you can swap out. But the Luna folder, what do you got? What do you got that I can steal? Alright, got plus cannons, plasma gun 1, air spread, heat ball 2, the sword setups, more recover 80s. Alright, so pretty standard stuff, but I think I'm going to steal those plus cannons and add them to our Geo folder. And then we can add them to our Geo Cities page. And I'll favorite you. There we go. Alright. Hey, Pat. Hi, Geo. It looks like school is gonna get more interesting. And then, afternoon classes started. We have our rehearsal this afternoon. So everyone, hurry up and get ready, and meet up in the gym. Alright, well, time to rehearse. We could do a lot of examining around though, because there's probably some things that, maybe some HP memories here. Maybe something else. Yep, it's a soccer ball. Does the basketball have anything too? Nope. And that's not a basketball, that's a dodgeball. That's kind of a volleyball. Alright, so we're probably not gonna get anything from here. I think Star Force is a little bit less pixel hunty than the Battle Network series tends to be. I think it's more just the mystery data inside computers that's interesting. But I'll probably have to check the Rockman EXE Zone wiki and check. Let's pick up where we left off yesterday. We're going to rehearse without costumes today. Here we go. Scene 35, Mega Man appears. Action! Hold it right there, Cowman. Who are you? Bud is Cowman, and Pat is Mega Man. So that's who's playing who. Whenever people cry for help, I will appear. I am Mega Man, the Blue Bomber. That sounds nothing like the real me. Your face is bright red, Geo. Cut! Bud, that was awful. You've got to be more monster-like. But I'm a person. And... Zack, up in the lighting area. Your timing is off. You're too fast. She's so nitpicky. I was just thinking, what? Isn't Mega Man a little too cool? Do you have a problem with my glorious script? I mean, whenever people cry for help, I will appear. I don't think even Mega Man has that much free time. No, he will always appear. I just know it. She sure has a lot of faith in you, Geo. Oh, yeah, speaking of your script, what am I doing? Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. Your part is... I knew you'd be perfect. This is the important role? The one they needed me to do? I've been tricked! You are a tree, you are a tree. Okay, that's a wrap, 'cause you are a tree. We have practice again tomorrow, so be prepared. That was enough fun for one day. Let's go home and hit the sack. Oh, that sack is gonna get so hit. But first, actually, maybe I should do a little bit of exploring around. Maybe do a little bit of little gameplay something. Actually, there's another EX boss we can fight too. We can fight Harpnote EX. Well, for now, I'm not gonna worry about it. So we got everything on this screen. Oh, so got hit by a truck. Imagine if I just cut there and all of a sudden it was the Skyrim intro or something. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. As much as I find that joke funny. Oh. Oh, I hope that old woman doesn't watch me there. The lunch lady knows my secrets. But that'll be fine, you know? I don't think she's gonna tell anyone. Oh, okay. Metena 2, huh? Well, thankfully, my weapons have also been upgraded. As you would expect from previous Battle Network games, the level 2 and level 3 versions of Metena will actually hide in their hard hats. So you do gotta be a little bit careful dealing with them. But thankfully, we don't have to worry too much about stronger enemies just yet. Yeah, I'll do this. Wait for you. Ground wave, wide wave, there we go. So if we can start getting some ground wave 2s now, that would also be good. Got a mega weapon BI. I believe the mega weapons actually have full names in the Japanese versions, but I don't know them. BI may blind foe with a charge shot. So lower rapid and charge, but much higher attack. I'll show it off. We haven't covered much of blind yet because we haven't been hit by blinding attacks. If Mega Man is blind, if the player is blinded, you just don't get to see enemies. But if an enemy is blinded, that actually affects their attack patterns a little bit. They become less aggressive when they can't see. Nothing up there. Nothing over there. But there might be something on that path. Alright, Cancer Bubble.
You ready, Mega?
Except that's not Cancer Bubble, that's Chain Bubble. There we go, so it might blind enemies, but that 30 damage charge shot is still quite a nice thing to have. Will allow us to break through time bombs faster. Because we can probably just rapid fire them down then.
Come back when you can put up a fight.
Changed my weapon because I thought I was going to blind some people, and it turns out, nope, I'm not. And it loops all the way back here. Alright, there's another wave point across from the toilets. And there's some more blue mystery data. Ooh, 2 of them. And let's show off a mega card here now. Alright, Taurus Fire. You do what you do in the boss fight. You move up, and you burn everything. I believe Taurus Fire will go to the closest enemy in front of you, and that's where he starts his attack. So it does vary, but he might also just hit the back couple rows. Alright, a Recover 50. We haven't had a Recover 50 yet, actually. We've gotten a lot of 80s before we got 50s. Which makes sense. Mega Man's from the 80s, he's not from the 50s. You want something from the 50s, then you probably have to look at Astro Boy. And that's a different character. Alright. Well, I could use Recover 50s, but we got that Taurus Fire in, so I think I'm gonna hold off for now. If I have to reevaluate things, I will. First floor speaker computer. Which kind of doesn't look like a speaker, it kind of looks like a television with a hole to another universe. But who knows, I'm not an electrician. I'm not a speaker expert. Maybe they all look like that. Maybe that's what speakers are, they're just portals to another universe. And who knows, maybe those speakers have got the flight suit on. The war is over. God, Demon Days is such a good album. I think Gorillaz' first 3 albums are... Oh, I didn't mean to hit the button there. Well, we know what happens now when you don't successfully escape. You have to deal with the enemies for a turn. That chance to blind is neither chancing nor blinding very well. I was gonna say, I think Gorillaz' first 3 albums are excellent, and then after Plastic Beach, it's like... I don't know. It's not like I think, like, Humans or The Now Now or anything are particularly, like, terrible, but they kind of just don't have that same, like, oomph that Demon Days had. There we go. Ooh, you got some cards that I've never seen before. I thought you were that speaker there, though. But upon closer examination, you look nothing like the speaker. Crazy. You look like a pretty lady. I think there is something to be said for, like, when a band is creating, like, stuff that, oh, it's fine, but, you know, it's not necessarily the greatest on planet Earth. You think their early stuff was a little bit better. Okay, so Taurus Fire does step forward to attack. So unfortunately, he's kind of going to be useless against these guys. So maybe I should add Cygnus Wing instead.
Have some of this. Go. Here I go.
Okay, now you get out of here, Thunderman. You've done enough. Almost as annoying as the actual Thunderman fight.
Prepare yourself. Got you.
Ooh, you're much faster.
Okay.
And that ball is much faster too. Ball is life, but I think you're trying to make ball my death. Trying to make me make peace with death, because you're making my death with all those pieces. Nope. Thought that would have enough active frames to hit you. Yeah, there we go. You're blinded. But it doesn't really affect you much now, does it? I think it might slow you down a little bit.
How's this?
I already don't like fighting these things. They're neat-looking viruses, but I don't like fighting them. But yeah, like I was saying, there's something a little bit about, like, when a band puts out albums that are, like, technically, you know, fine. They just don't have that same je ne sais quoi that you might have fallen in love with for a bit.
Time to let loose.
Because admittedly with, like, Gorillaz, it was like... Gorillaz was basically David Albarn really wanted to make a Deltron 3000 album. Because that first album was, like, full of Del the Funky Homo Sapien, and... While Del does still appear on, like, later albums, too, like, it's not quite the same. I don't know, it does kind of feel a little bit like some of Gorillaz' later albums are a bit more generic pop fare kind of thing. And again, it's not to say that they're, like, completely unlistenable. But, at the same time, you kind of just realize they've changed, and that's fine. There's a lot of bands that have kind of changed and evolved over the years. As much as I don't shut up about the Pillows, I still have albums that I like about them and albums that I don't like about them. I was actually doing some album recommendations recently on Blue Sky, since yesterday was the 28th, and it was the day that they formally announced that Shinichiro Sato died, the drummer for the Pillows. And that's a bummer. He died of esophageal cancer, and that's a bad way to go, man. Fuck cancer, to be honest. But, you know, a lot of people are talking about how, you know, doing album recommendations and talking about how good the band is, and I wanted to kind of give my personal thoughts on some of the albums. And there's this 5-album stretch that the Pillows have that I think are, like, some of their finest work. I think the 5-album stretch starts with Living Field, then Please Mr. Lost Man, and then the big 3. So Little Busters, Runner's High, and Happy Bebop.
Here they come.
Question, actually. Can I line both of you up and does this hit? It does. Okay. So you can line multiple enemies vertically for that chip.
You're done for.
I think that is a stretch of 5 albums that I think is the best work that the Pillows have. And it's not to say that their other albums are bad or anything, I just personally think that is their strongest material, that 5 set. Or, like, it's a really good, just stretch of strong material, I guess. Of course, with Runner's High and Happy Bebop, I'm always torn about which one is better or worse. You ask me on any given day, and I'll give you one of 2 answers. I'll just flip-flop around. I'll get on the deck and flop like a fish. I think both of them are really strong. I don't know, I'd have to, like, sit down and be with my thoughts for a while on which one is actually better. I also might have noticed that despite making grass panels, those octopi are actually non-elemental. I think after the stretch of, like, mid to late 90s really strong albums, I think the band's albums do get a little bit weaker with Smile, Thank You My Twilight, although I've come to reevaluate Thank You My Twilight, and there's some real good songs on that one. Then I think Penalty Life gets a little bit stronger. Good Dreams I don't like as much as Penalty Life. You're the sub-card trader. Oh, you're more than just a sub-card trader, look at you. Barrier 100, Recover 120, Green Burst. Green Burst might be good with our grass stage. Strike Edge, Bombalizer. Green Burst is real tempting. So the Burst battle cards, they will take every panel of a specific type and use that to attack. But I don't remember specifically, like, how they do that. Ooh, nice counter hit. Save ourselves. But you're hiding out under there. Actually, if I remember correctly... Yeah, alright. So Wide Sword is very good because you can actually use it to hit enemies hiding behind obstacles with the Mega Attack. Which is a very nice little feature to have. Mystery Wave for Radar Missile. And let's pulse into this cabinet. I think post, like, 2000, I think their best album might be My Foot. Or at least that's the one I like the most. In fact, I even got a physical copy of it and Happy Bebop while I was at MagFest. Because there's this stall at MagFest that I always go to look at for music. And I'm always just like, okay, there might be some Pillows albums here. And there never was for a period of time. And then this year, I checked and they had Happy Bebop and My Foot, and it's just like, yeah, I'll pick these up. I'd be a fool not to, they're two of my favorites. They had a lot of their pretty strong material out there, most of the King Records stuff, and it was a difficult decision between getting Happy Bebop and Little Busters, but I definitely like Little Busters less. I should have also checked if they had, like, Wake Up as well, because I think Wake Up is the last, like, truly great start-to-finish album they had. I don't like their stuff with, like, Avex tracks that much. I understand that it was a better record label for them than King Records probably was, that's why they shifted, but I don't like their material on that record label as much. But I do think that Wake Up is a really solid album. All the singles off of it are pretty good.
Here I go. Okay.
Oop. I get paralyzed, idiot. Nope, I'm confused. Okay. And the confusion ran off right at that moment. But that's confusion for you. Alright, burninate them, Taurus Fire. Alright, so we have to keep in mind that the front row has to be clear for Taurus Fire to do anything. But it's good for hitting those back two rows. Do we check every nook and cranny already? Was an HP memory that was in here? Hang on, I got distracted. Yeah, okay, there was something in here already. We checked. I don't know, this might just be the obligatory episode where I just ramble on stuff while exploring and cleaning up. I realize that might not necessarily be, like, the most exciting thing in the world. Yeah, see, there's the blind coming in clutch. Prevents you from attacking. Maybe I should buy a green burst.
Have some of this.
It'll be really good once we actually start getting, like, more Zenny for a larger number of copies of it. So it's a chance that you don't attack. I see, said the blind man as he pulled out his eye and his C.
Here we go. We aced that.
I believe that's all the rooms. So there's still just the speaker here.
Pulse in.
And we should be done with the wave road. Nothing over there. The speaker computer, it might be a good idea to... Ooh, we get Wide Wave 2 now.
Mega, let's
Ooh,
go.
I'm a neglected official.
Okay.
Oh, you guys move in a different pattern.
Okay.
You guys just maneuver around everywhere, which makes sense because it's easy when you guys just go back and forth. But when you guys add diagonals to the mix, my chances of hitting you significantly go down. Okay, blind does prevent you from shooting at least. But if we can start getting some Wide Waves 2s, that would be nice. Boom boom boom, I'm groovy as always. Bada ba pow. He's having fun.
I won't lose. Here I go. We aced that.
So one thing I have noticed is that counter hits give you a significant chance of getting a mega card in your folder. Which is nice, because mega cards do pretty good damage. Oh, you guys are gonna keep me on my toes with these wide shots, huh? Well, maybe I'll keep you on your toes with my wide swords. You don't even have toes. Get your lack of toes out of here. Alright, the chain bubble 1 in case you didn't have them already. And there's probably another blue, yeah. Another BMD, or BMW, I guess it would be in this game. Ooh. Yeah, we can't go into the area there just yet. That's blocked off for story reasons. But hey, that was a good little bit of cleanup. We forgot where we were, even. Alright, well, with everything cleaned up here, how about we go on home? And I think it might be a good idea for me to end the episode off. So, if you guys liked what you saw, then that's good for you. I'm going to bed. Now, if you guys like what you saw, please hit the buttons, etc, etc. I always do this shtick. It's always a little bit insincere, but at the same time, knowing that people like the things that I do gives me a little bit of a dopamine hit, even if I don't understand it. And I'll see you guys later. This is Tales of Rocket signing out. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.